I'm good to go.
Perfect. Hi, hello everyone. I hope that you guys can listen to us. So we have got Nisha Darmwal from Algoma University with us. She is the Asia representative for Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, all these countries she's covering, and she's heading Algoma University, spreading some awareness about the courses, about what are the job opportunities which are available with after doing the courses from Algoma University. So she's going to share her abundance knowledge with you guys. So you guys can ask any questions in the comment section regarding the eligibility criteria, regarding the scholarship, courses, housing, GIC, whatever your guys' questions are, you guys can ask in the chat section. So I'll let me welcome Nisha. So Nisha, how are you doing?
Hi, Chakit. I'm very good. Thank you so much. So, first of all, very good afternoon to each one of you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we are live already now. We're going to talk about a lot of latest changes has been made by the Canadian immigration. So, my name is Nisha Darmwal, and I represent Algoma University. Uh, the time I started, since then till now, we have changed so many students' lives. And that's the reason I'm so grateful and so fortunate to entire VAC Global Education team for inviting me for this amazing platform where I'm going to give a touch base on the university aspect and how the latest changes going to impact our student. But to be honest with you, we always keep saying change is a constant, change is a good, but this change is definitely going to make a lot of benefit to all of you. And that's something today Chakit and myself is going to talk about what changes has been made. Thank you so much, Chakit.
Great. So let's start with the big change which has happened is that Canadian government have discontinued giving post-study work visa for the students who are going for public-private partnership. So my question to you, Nisha, is does Algoma University also come under this uh, news that you guys have private partnership with any of the colleges, or it is your all own campuses?
Thanks. Thank you so much, Chakit, for initiating this question because I'm also getting a lot of questions from the students and the partner. But just to clarify, just to give you deep information about Algoma has their own campuses. We have one single DLI designated learning are integrated. So we make sure Algoma doesn't have any partnership with private authorities. We have our own institute, we have our own campuses. Doesn't matter whether students who are opting to go Sault Ste. Marie, whether they are choose to go Brampton or they are looking forward to study in Mississauga, it doesn't impact our post-study work right opportunity. So we always make sure the students who are looking forward to study at Algoma University, doesn't matter you're looking for bachelor's degree courses or postgrad program, you're still eligible for your work permit study rights. It just matter that implementation has been very defined and detailed. If students who are opting for especially trade skills programs like IT, construction, project management, computing background, right? So those students are still 100% qualified for eligibility of work permit. So Algoma do not have any PPP standards. We are not partnered with any public-private partnership. Algoma has their own campuses. You're 100% eligible. I understand there are a lot of rumors happening, but students should do a lot of research on the CIC website. It is not officially anywhere because we as a public institute established in 1965, we have changed so many students' life. Students who are applying for different nationalities, different country, different background, those students are 100% eligible for work permit. Whether you choose to go for a year program or 2-year program, you're 100% eligible. Make sure, keep an eye open. You can keep checking on immigration's website because there is no standard. A list has been mentioned by CIC government. So please make sure, do your own research, rather you're getting a lot of information from social media because not every time, every informations are correct and truth. But we as an institute, we play a big role for making sure that how we are collaborating by the governments, by the education sector, by the province of Canada, like especially like Ontario, because it doesn't impact our DLI at all. So do not get confused, do not get hustle bustle about these information. Rest, if you need more information, either you can contact me or you can contact VAC Global Education team. They can give you thorough information about our institute, about our DLI.
Perfect. Thank you for clearing that one out. So Brampton, Mississauga, and Sault Ste. Marie, if you'll go to any of these campuses, there is no restriction on the post-study work visa. So everyone who is going there can get the post-study work visa without any doubt. Is that what
Absolutely.
the thing is? Now, the next question is about this provincial attestation. So, is it mandatory for everyone who is filing their visa for Algoma University to get the provincial attestation?
100% check it.
Yeah.
We recently, we are in touch with Algoma International and the leadership team. We always make sure that how we can always keep supporting our partners and students. I know this is quite distressing about this attestation letter, and it's going to be slightly little challenges for those students who are able to file the visa, especially for summer intake and those who are looking forward to go for fall intake. But to be honest with you, this attestation letter, it is actually required. It is mandatory by the Ontario province, the Ontario government. This is something that Algoma cannot do anything about it. I know the process is going to be a little lengthy, like 30 working days. So I encourage students and partners and the counselor, make sure they can do a lot of research about this attestation letter. We do not encourage anyone to file your visa application without any attestation letter. It is clearly mentioned on the CIC website. If you do not provide us the attestation letter, they will send your application back, and it's going to be like a false commitment for those students. So we don't encourage. Make sure you have all the documents prior to filing your application. Doesn't matter what program are you looking forward to go. It might be exempted for master and PhD holder students, but students who are able to go for undergrad and postgrad, you must have attestation letter. Without this letter, student cannot file their visa application. Either they can put their application on hold until unless there is no more clarity by the Canadian government or Ontario state, or else you can if you wish, you can defer your application for fall intake without any hurdle, without any challenges. But yes, attestation letter, it's 100% mandatory.
Okay, so I have a question regarding this attestation letter that on the immigration website, it says that you can apply for the visa application without attestation letter if you're going for a master's, PhD, or any postgraduate program. So these graduate certificate, graduate diploma, which you guys are offering. So can the student take the admission, pay their fees, and file their visa without the attestation letter for the PG programs? Because for UG, it is 100% clear that attestation letter is required. But what about the PG students who are going for graduate certificate and graduate diplomas?
Yeah, very good question, Chakit. Just to more clarify on the question that you've just asked about this attestation letter, just to be very frank with you, we do not have currently master's or PhD programs. So this is something I'm going to announce on today's session. But talking about our post-grad courses, our post-grad 1 year and 2 year program, we're still getting a more clarification by our admissions team and our international team, what they make things more clear with the students who are able to apply for the visa application, whether they're opting for May or September intake. But right now, there is no more clarity by the university right now, because as of now, we need attestation letter, because we recently had an interaction with our admissions team. But if any changes happen in this week, we're definitely going to announce, because we do not want any of our student has to struggle for this entire process. But if anything changes happen, especially for postgrad student, I think those students are 100% eligible to proceed their application for May 2024.
So, you mean that for each and every course, regardless of which level of study you're doing, attestation letter is mandatory, right?
100%.
So, we have got two major doubts clear. Two major doubts got cleared here. The first is that post-study work visa will be given to each and every student who is going to Algoma University. Second is that attestation letter is very much required for all the future application. Now, uh, let's talk about like if I'm talking particularly around Algoma University. How is the housing scenario there? Like, what do you guys see that students are facing challenges with the finding the right accommodation within the budget, or how is the scenario there regarding the housing crisis?
Absolutely. I would love to give a touch base on the housing crisis at the moment. To
Mm-hmm.
be honest with you, most of the students, when they're looking forward to study in Canada, they either choose to go Toronto downtown or they're looking for Vancouver location. But just
Mm-hmm.
to be very frank, Ontario is one of the largest province for international students, right? You will see
Yeah.
more concerns, especially in Greater Toronto area, but not the whole in Ontario as a province. Even if the students who are looking forward to go, especially in Northern Ontario, you will not find those difficulty because Algoma has a campus in Sault Ste. Marie.
Mm-hmm.
You will see a lot of news or hurdle or challenges, especially students who are able to looking forward to go Greater Toronto area, especially like a Brampton, a Mississauga, Scarborough, Hamilton, like these locations, especially because every students are going the massive population over there, and that's the reason the highest population, the highest you have, the crisis go higher,
Mm-hmm.
expenses, each and everything. You
Mm-hmm.
will see a slight difficulties on the part-time jobs. But even if you're looking forward to go, especially in Northern Ontario, you will
Mm-hmm.
not find those difficulties. So let me give you an example. Algoma has a mother campus and the main campus in Sault Ste. Marie. And it's like almost a duration of like 7 to 8 hours from Toronto to Sault Ste. Marie. But if you go and if you're expecting affordable living area, affordable housing, I think
Mm-hmm.
Northern Ontario can be your best option for international student. Because last time I was in like 3 months back, I was in Canada and we met a couple of really good students from different nationality, different country. Those
Mm-hmm.
students have shared their experiences when we talk about the housing abilities, right? So they compare when it comes to Toronto to Sault Ste. Marie, I think it's way affordable. What you are spending in Greater Toronto area, starting from $700 to up to $1,300. So why not, as a student, if I'm looking for affordable and cheap area, I think Sault Ste. Marie can be a good option, starting from $300 to $400. So the
Wow.
housing is not a problem in entire Ontario. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
limited area, right?
Mm-hmm.
So make sure student can do a lot of research about the institute, about the province, about the location. How does it going to impact our international student? But to be very honest with you, students who are opting just leave Greater Toronto area, and if you go somewhere else within the Ontario, you won't find those difficulty when it's come to housing and accommodation. I think they still have a lot of space, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
to fill, but
Mm-hmm.
just not you have to be in your comfort zone, but you have to just make sure do your research about the location, because what we have a place in Sault Ste. Marie, you won't find, because we do offer on-campus guaranteed accommodation. We do have a dorms facilities. So
Great.
students, especially who have not explored Canada, who have never traveled to Canada, who have never explored Toronto also, but they
Mm-hmm.
need a safety, security. And
Mm.
that's something Algoma always make sure that how we can support and benefit to our international student. So for 2 semesters, it costs around 10,000 Canadian dollar, which is including your one single private room, your sports facilities, your gym facilities. We have a 2 time free meals included for international students, right? We have a parking slot area if you have a Algoma student access. Another thing, we have a 24/7 internet facilities, library access, and it's just a 2 minute walking distance. You do not have to go around other location, because when you have on campus facilities, you can connect with different students also. You can make friends. You can just make sure you can get more exposure as an international student. So if someone is looking for housing, make sure you guys need to reach out to VAC Global Education team. They can provide you maximum information. I hope it makes sense for students.
Perfect. So a lot of students who are thinking of not going Canada just because they think that housing crisis is there. So like Nisha just said, that you guys can choose the university accommodation, and you are getting the housing, food, internet, parking, everything is there just like 2 minutes away from the university. So that would be a huge benefit for you guys. So that is very, very encouraging for the students, and especially for the UG students, because parents get quite conscious about what the student is going to do, how they're going to manage the living. Is it safe to live outside the campus, and what kind of students they're going to meet? So it will be a whole ecosystem within the university itself, so that student don't have to look here and there for the accommodation, and they can simply
100%.
live near to the university in the campus. Great.
100%.
And what about the part-time job opportunities in those areas? So if you can just touch upon on the part-time jobs as well.
Sure, sure. So again, that's another frequent question asked by our students about
Yeah.
part-time job, because nowadays students are getting more they get influenced by social media that there is no jobs in Canada, there is no housing, there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing. But if you're hunger to learn, if you're eager to work, you'll get everything. That's for
Correct.
sure. And I have seen, because I've been working with Algoma and I've been very closely touch upon with our students, how are they doing in campus and off campus. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you, of course, there are slightly challenges on the jobs. I'm still not saying 100% that there is no job. Of course, there are still jobs, facilities provided by Algoma University. We do
Mm-hmm.
offer on-campus jobs as well. We do have a lots of part-time and full-time opportunity. We always encourage students, if you're able to get the jobs, you can work
Mm-hmm.
full-time in campus. So you do not have to struggle off campus what exactly you're looking forward to go. So getting a job, there are certain criteria which you have to fulfill. I mean, of course, you have to have a Canadian experience, which is must required. But as an international student who are just recently came from their home country and just landed to Canada, because you do not have any experience. But I would recommend to those students that you can look for off-campus job, because there are so many jobs that you can work in cafeteria, in the restaurants. You can work in the Walmart, grocery shop. There are options in housing also. So Algoma always encourage. We do have a lot of part-time jobs availability. We do give reference to our international students, because last 3 years we have recruited more than 7 to 8,000 students. So of course,
Mm-hmm.
if the Canadian immigration granting so many study permit, that means they have a flexibility, they have an opportunity to grow further for international student. But yes, if you're expecting to work in top multinational companies, that must be, I would not say that you will get it in first go, but Algoma definitely help you to work. Like you can work in the library, you can work in the faculty, you can work in the labs, you can work in the admissions area, you can work as a digital marketing department. So we do have on-campus facilities. Students can check www.algomau.ca. We have a student success department where it's clearly mentioned what is a requirement to work within the campus. You have to have at least your semester, like 50% semester completed to qualify for the part-time job. You have to meet at least your 50% of your attendance. You have to have a reference to get the job within the campus, because make sure you have a really good connection with your advisor, with your faculty people who can refer you for this job. Because getting a job in campus or off campus, make sure you have a networks and your reference. Without these two things, it's hard to get jobs, definitely. But students who are expecting to work, Algoma always keeps supporting that, how you can apply for resume, how you can draft your covering letter, how we can create a portfolio on LinkedIn also, just to look very, very professional. So these
Correct.
are the major aspect that how we can encourage, how we can motivate to our students to work in the campus. To be very honest with you, when I was in Canada a few months back, I met a couple of really good students. when I ask the same question to those students, like, do you get the jobs or not? To be very frank, those students have been clarified. Yes, ma'am, we got the job within the week in pantry area within the campus. So that means if students have a good communication, good skills, and they are very confident, we need such students who are able to work, who are able to communicate. That something makes a lot of value addition for those students who are looking forward to work. It doesn't matter part-time and full-time. If you're hunger to work, if you're hunger to learn, if you're eager to work in any aspect or any department, you have a job, 100% availability.
Even I spoke with a lot of students who went abroad last year through us, and pretty much everyone has a job. Like, I would not say like one or two might have said that they are between the jobs, but I don't think there is anyone who is not working at the moment. Everyone has found the job. And what about so now, going little bit ahead, what are the job prospect for the student who have graduated from Algoma? So how does the life look for those students who have cleared they have got the degree from Algoma? Because since you have been working in Algoma from quite some time now, you must have spoken to a lot of students who have graduated from Algoma. So what kind of jobs they are engaged in? And since most of the students go for either project management, IT related courses, then there are students who are going for bachelor's program, and you guys have some wonderful 3 years bachelor's program as well. So how is the life after graduation?
100%. I mean, that's a really good question, Chakit. Like I said, I mean, we have recruited tons of students from last couple of years, and I've been working very closely with Algoma faculty, the whole leadership team, especially our admissions team. I'm also in touch with a couple of really good students from different countries altogether, just to make sure the awareness is very important for our future and upcoming students. Like you
Right.
said very rightly, our top programs really help and encourage those students to getting the jobs, whether you are looking forward to work within the campus and off campus, because Algoma employability rates are like 89.9% higher. But like I said,
Mhm.
there are certain benchmark to get proceed further accordingly to getting the jobs in different departments altogether. Depending on what program are you looking for. So I'm not going to say that if you're looking for an arts program, there are top-notch job, the packages are really high. But coming back to a comparison on computer science program, like we have a 3 years and 4 year program, we have a specialization in computer science like IT, a software program, games and technology, right?
Mhm.
And computing designing courses. Like you
Mhm.
mentioned about the graduate certificate program, which is a top notch in project management.
Mhm.
Project management, it's commendable. It's one of the highest demand, like hot selling program in Canada, because of course what we are offering, it's a 2 year graduate level program. Similar to that, we have a construction management, which is one of the, again, very famous, one of the top notch program in Canada, especially in Ontario. And the demands as like IT, computing courses like coding, data analytics, civil engineering, especially programs like health science and environment design. So I'm so fortunate that Algoma has a brilliant programs where we can encourage students to, if they're looking for jobs within the campus, because they have a certain experiences throughout the background, right? So definitely Algoma do offer you to get the jobs within the campus placements, because that's how the possibility and the leverage for those students who are opting for these top-notch programs. Of course, the demands in Canada, especially in Ontario, they need a lot of construction management, IT students, project management background student, because they need to have the core value, the background, the aspects behind that. They have a short labors in project management, and that's the
Mhm.
reason Algoma has always been playing a big role that how we can support our international students to getting the jobs. For especially for these specialization or these program has always decreased, always increase, I would say, the demand level of programs. It never go decrease in terms of the opportunity. Even the
Mhm.
payroll starting comes from 45 to 50,000 Canadian dollar. That's a
Wow.
very standard, because if you do not have any Canadian experience, but that programs definitely leverage your benefit and progression on your career growth as well.
Perfect, perfect. So that put a lot of light on the graduate outcomes. And since so many there are so many sought after courses for the student from different background, then the student can definitely choose the best one for themselves, and we can also help them make the better decision in terms of their brighter career ahead. Perfect. So now you were telling me that we have got some wonderful scholarships to offer to the students. So if you can just put some light on that aspect also, so that we can help the students save money since they are already paying so much with the extra GIC which government has introduced. So what kind of scholarships the student can get?
Again, that's another one of my favorite question when someone is asking like how Algoma is supporting our international students and partners as like you. So we have launched amazing scholarship to our brilliant mindset student, but what is our term and condition? Student make
Hmm.
sure has to apply from VAC Global Education because that's an exclusive scholarship to our students who are able to proceed their application, the entire process from VAC Global Education team. Students who are opting at Algoma University, especially our 2-year level graduate certificate programs like project management, construction management, information technology, programs like human resource management and business management, and another program, graduate certificate information technology, virtual reality, and artificial intelligence. Student will qualify for 6,000 Canadian dollars.
Wow.
Absolutely, you hear me right. $6,000. I know there are a lot of students are stressed about the expenses are going way beyond and higher. The GIC has increased, the fees in the university is way higher, but that's an opportunity for students who are able to looking forward to go for graduate certificate courses. Algoma is offering you a guaranteed scholarship. So in any one-year program, guys, there is no scholarship, but you need to make sure students who are applying from offshore, you will get 6,000 Canadian dollar scholarship. So you do not have to do any extra effort. You do not have to write any letter of recommendation, statement of purpose, or any application form. You just need to make sure you need to contact Mr. Chakit and the team of VAC Global Education team. They will process your application and they will make sure you can qualify for a $6,000 scholarship.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So this $6,000 scholarship is for UG and PG both?
No, only
Yeah.
for post-grad program, post-grad 2-year courses. Just to give a touch base on undergrad as well. For undergrad, we have an entrance scholarship. Students who are completed their 12th high school, they can qualify for guaranteed scholarship, which is starting from 500 to 5,000 Canadian dollar. So they have a term and condition. Students who have 60 to 70 percentage in their recent or year 12 high school, they will qualify for $500 scholarship. Students who have 70 to 80 percentage, they can qualify for $1,000 scholarship. Students who have 80 to 90 percentage, they can qualify for 2,500. Nonetheless, if students who have 90% above with 7 bands overall and 6 an inch, they will qualify for 5,000 every year scholarship.
Wow. So within 3 years, they'll be saving almost $15,000.
200%, but they have to keep maintaining their semester A grade so that they can qualify for 5,000. But that's an opportunity for students who are seeking, who are looking for guaranteed scholarship. You will definitely qualify if you have an amazing scores in your 12th high school, 90% above with 7 band overall. Make sure you can meet both the requirement at the same time so we can offer you $5,000 scholarship.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. This is very good news for the students who are planning to save amount on their tuition
Yeah,
fees.
so students
And
do
that,
not have to stress
yeah,
about the expenses in Canada. I think that's
yeah.
an opportunity for those students.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. And moreover, the student who are going for 2 years courses and 3 years bachelor's courses, they within the next 2 years, once they are able to fix all these accommodation, jobs, people will settle down, number will go down, and the student who will go now they would have a brighter future once this 2 years cap is lifted later
Correct.
on.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what else is happening around Canada? Like, if you can just share some of your experience, how's the market look like for you in the next 1 or 2 years?
100%. So
Yeah.
what market sentiments are saying at the moment, because the situation quite hustle bustle, quite like imbalance, because students and like the counselor, they never expected the drastic change in Canada, because last so many decades, Canada always been constant. They are very welcoming for international students because Canada is all about the immigrants, right? But again, students are still have those opportunity to look for higher education. They will still
Mm-hmm.
qualify for work permit. They will still able to apply for permanent residency. But
Mm-hmm.
I still able to guide everyone that do your research. It's not about that what Canadian immigration has made all those changes, because change is always constant. Change is always good for students, right? It just a matter if you're looking forward to go ahead further. If you're looking for higher education, make sure you have to complete your study first, so that
Yeah.
you won't find those difficulty. There are plenty jobs, definitely. It's just a matter your research. What province are you looking forward to go? What institutes can definitely benefit you? Because it's something now that if international universities are inviting and being very welcoming for international student, they
Mm-hmm.
always have some or the other thing for international student. But yes, market sentiment has been changed at the moment, because students are quite distressed about the situation, the housing, the jobs, the GIC has been changed, especially the attestation documentation process, right? So I know these things will definitely make stretch your whole process and time consuming, but I think the more you do your research, the more you're able to look for better opportunity. I think Canada still able to help international student. It just, I'm not going to say like this is going to be like, discontinue. It might be continue for this year or another year. They're still able to grant like study permit, but depending on your right institute, your right location, your right province. These changes is not going to like impact on as a like international student, because look at the GIC amount. I understand if they have increased $20,000 plus, but that's not something that students have to de-stress, because if you're still looking forward to study in Canada, let's take you do not have housing, one person, or if you do not have a job, that $20,000 still help you to save your recover entire like day-to-day cost. So I don't think so that's going to be a lot of problem and as a challenge. But we as an institute, we as a university, we still recruiting students from different nationality. We're still able to recruit students from different countries, because diversity is also very important. Make sure like students have to do a lot of research about the market growth, the labor market, especially the jobs also. What kind of a programs are you looking forward to opt? Is it like just a diploma, or it is just a degree also? Because still students who are able to opt bachelor's degree courses, I don't think so students are finding those difficulties to get the jobs in Canada. There are a lot of rooms available, there are a lot of space for those students. They are still able to qualify for the job. I can give you an amazing example. Like even last year we have recruited like almost like 20% undergrad student from different countries, and countries are like especially India is one of the like a major market for us. Students from Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Nigeria. Those students has showed their interest to go for bachelor's degree courses, because they knew the market sentiments, the placement opportunity, the packages. These things will definitely rely when you have a good certificate, when you have a proper degree holder student from the universities, and whether you're not able to get job off campus, but how as a university we are able to make sure we can support our international student. That's the reason Algoma very strongly working with our with our province, with our government, with our education like ministry, that how we as a university we can support and we can encourage students to still come and study. Because as an institute we are offering tons many scholarship, because we knew if these changes going to impact students' education and the process, but these things will definitely enhance your career growth, and these things will definitely support you financially. It's just not that we are offering you $6,000, but this $6,000 will definitely give you a lot of family support, your financial support also. So coming back to current situation, of course, this is quite imbalancing at the moment, but slowly and gradually, I think students will come to know this is going to be now, but I think they will be very careful and mindful enough choosing the right institute, right location, right country for the betterment, for the better future.
Perfect. So, following up, I have like two questions or a scenario which just came to my mind right now. So, I remember this Salt Stamery campus also come under RNIP. Is that correct?
Correct, 100%. Rural Northern Immigration Pilot Program.
Yeah. So, how does this help the student make a better decision? Like, for example, we were discussing earlier that the student who are going to Salt Stamery campus, they will have better and more affordable housing available to them. And also, once they are done with their graduation, then they would be able to get the benefit of RNIP. So, can you just please uh, put some light on it? Like, how does it going to help the student who are going to the Salt Mary campus?
Correct. To be honest with you, Chakit, that's a very immigration point level question, but I can give you as per my whole understanding, because we are
Yeah.
not immigration, we are from
Yeah, we
the
will just we just discussing
yeah,
from the student point of view, like
correct.
how, yeah.
Absolutely. So that's a very good question, because lot many students, especially our audience, do not know how this immigration things will work, because um, students always thinking Canada is very easy and easy go country, that when it's come to the PR opportunity and very welcoming. But I think there are certain aspects, certain level of immigration pilot programs which students do have to understand how these process will definitely work. So example like express entry, PNP, OINP, and especially this RNIP also. So when it's come to RNIP, Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, it located in Northern Ontario as a region, but there are 13 communities has been nominated, but it might going to this year they're going to expire, and they're going to launch another new scheme also. So RNIP will definitely help you to expedite, and students who are looking forward to get faster permanent residence options, right? But make sure students have to pick the right location, right city, because Susan Mary is also comes under RNIP program.
Hmm.
So students have to have finished their Canadian degree, Canadian certificate. At least you have to have a full-time 2 to 3 years of degree and your certificate. You have to maintain at least your 1 year Canadian full-time experience. So the process is like entire 4 years, right? But you can start, once you finish your education, you can start doing the PR process. And the requirement, the eligibility is way flexible, what you're looking for other nominal provincials, right? So
Great.
especially if when you applying for student visa, you have to give your academic IELTS, but when
Mm-hmm.
you're applying for your permanent residency, you have to give your general examination. But the criteria has been always defined differently depending
Mm-hmm.
on your skill base, program listed. So
Mm-hmm.
students who are opting for this RNIP program, the requirements are very, very flexible. As per my understanding, 6 overall and 5 band. It's very easier to get scored. And
Yeah.
it's within the 6 months, you can apply for your PR. So students who have this mindset, I want to go study in Canada, but I need a faster PR, because that's what students always looking forward to do. I
Mm-hmm.
think choose your right location, make things are very easy and you're favorable. But this
Mm-hmm.
RNIP, what we have discussed, I think that makes a lot of sense for students who are looking for easy and faster pathway PR opportunity. You just have to have your Canadian certificate, your full-time Canadian experience. You can apply under RNIP program. The requirements are easy. And of course, there are tons of jobs in Susan May location. So because I heard a lot of students, they keep talking about, hey, if I'm going to Susan Mary, if I'm looking forward to go in Northern Ontario, there is no jobs. It's just a mind, it's just the sentiments you have at the moment. But look at the options, what you're looking for in Toronto, downtown location, especially in Greater
Mhm.
Toronto area, you're finding difficulty in jobs. But there are tons of jobs, especially in Sault Ste. Marie. There are a lot many jobs, especially in logistic, in steel companies. And there are a lot of restaurants they have, cafeterias they have a lot of a Walmart, they have a cashier's job. Like I said earlier in my previous discussion, if you're eager to work, if you're hungry to work, you have a lot of jobs in Canada. There is no news as to that there is no job, but you need to pick the right location, right province. You will still have those availability, especially students who are working in Sault Ste. Marie area. They are getting a good wage rate compared to other locations as well. So because I have many students, I always make sure I have a connection. I keep getting in touch with those students, but how are they able to cope up? It's just not about the weather condition. Weather is always remains same in Canada. That's not something it's not going to change. But depending on what intakes are you looking forward to go? Is it looking for Jan intake? Of course, the weather will be harsh. It's
Mhm.
not something, it's 12 months weather in Canada. You need to pick up the right intakes. If you go to May intake, especially summer intake, the weather is pretty much similar what we have in India, like 30-degree, 35 degrees. So you're able to cope up. Your body will able to adjust the weather as well, right? So coming back to your question, Chakit, like PR opportunity, I think RNIP is a good combination for those students. And there are lots of jobs for students who are able to work part-time and full-time as well.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I hope that a lot of students' doubts are getting cleared. Someone is asking, let's take few questions from the
Sure.
comment section also. So it says I applied for 1 year PG diploma. Okay, this is for Conestoga. Let's leave that one for the next time. Graduate certificate in project management in Mississauga campus. So how is Mississauga campus? Can you put some light on the different campuses we have for Algoma?
So officially, Algoma has three campuses. Our main
Mm-hmm.
campus in Sault Ste. Marie. Then we
Mm-hmm.
have a Timmins. Then we have a Brampton. So Sault Ste. Marie, it's a new space building renovated by Algoma. That's
Mm-hmm.
not, I would say, the campus. That's a new space building for project management students, right? If I
Okay.
talk about how far from TPA, Toronto Pearson
Mm-hmm.
Airport, it's just a 20 minutes. And how far from Brampton location, again, it's a 25 minutes. But
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole space building because we have recruited like almost 6,000 plus project management students. So we need to make sure we have a space, we have a collaboration, and how we can only focus for project management students. So project management, we have a different space. So the faculty will come, student can go ahead with their following by the process and their curriculum. There's no distraction by other programs like IT, health science, business program. This is
Mm-hmm.
core dedicated program, the location we have for project management students. So sometimes students get confused. Do they have a DLI? Of course, Algoma has a campuses, but we have a one single DLI.
Okay, perfect. So there's another student is asking, ma'am, applied for graduate certificate in project management in Algoma University. Do I require attestation letter or not? So like we discussed earlier in the start of this live, that all the programs you're applying for Algoma University, you would require the attestation letter.
Correct.
So now, how soon do you think this attestation thing will be sorted, and how should the student should go about this attestation letter thing? So do they apply with us and then we approach the university, or they approach the university directly, or the university? How this whole process works? So can you please
Sure.
let's touch upon this again?
So to be honest with you, for this
Hmm.
attestation letter, like I said, this is
Hmm.
nothing to do by any institute. It's just
Hmm.
not Algoma University.
Hmm.
Uh, that's something that the institute cannot help because that's
Yeah.
something initiated by the Ontario government. It is initiated by the province. So depending on in this week or upcoming week, are they making any certain changes? Because rather distracting students at the moment, whether they're able to file the visa application for May intake or not. So I would encourage, because we recently had a chat with Algoma University, these letters only done by the government, and students have to be a little patient because the process might take at least a month, right? So students have to wait for the further news by the government. But if they think the process is going to be a little lengthy, I think then student has to defer the application for next available intake. But to be very frank, in such circumstances, university cannot able to arrange any letter or any document for students who are applying for any of the nearest intake.
Perfect. So
Yeah,
we just have to wait for the immigration to standardize the process, how to get the attestation letter, and then we would be able to do, like, I'll do the video on that once
correct.
the process is clear. Now, there's another question. Is Correct Bank Algoma 100% owned by Algoma, or you have partnership?
No, we do not have any partnership. Like I said earlier, Algoma has their own campuses. We run by own. There is no public partnership we have. There's no that we are included or emerged with any private partnership. Algoma has their own campuses. I would encourage students can do a lot of research about the institute, about the location, about the province. We have certain link for your reference that we have our law, our own standard discrimination. So make sure students can do their research about it, but we do not have any public-private partnership.
Perfect. So all the students who are planning to go for Algoma University, you guys don't have to worry about the post-study work visa. Post-study work visa remain intact. And that was the whole purpose of bringing Nisha to this live, so that we can clear this air around Algoma University, that they do not have any public-private partnership. They are fully owned and operated by Algoma University. Perfect. And there is one eligibility questions. One student has asked, graduate program in business and HRM, 40% overall in BCom, IELTS overall 6.5, overall 6, not less than 5.5, and 11 years of experience in digital marketing. Am I eligible?
I do not want to disappoint any students openly, but to be very
Yeah.
open with you,
Yeah.
our eligibility requirements, especially students who are opting for 2-year graduate certificate courses, are minimum requirement, whether you have 3 years bachelor's degree or 4-year bachelor's degree. We always make sure that students have to meet 55 minimum requirement, and the IELTS is 6 overall, 6 in each module. We do not accept 5.5 or 5 or band in any section because our requirements are very standard, but we are very strict when it's come to our program level requirements. We do not make any exception, even the student have like a 11-year experience or 10 years of experience. You need to make sure the percentage in your last education has to be there so that we can grant you the admission. Our requirements are very, very strict. So if you're opting for 2-year program, whether you're looking for project management, HRM plus business, IT, virtual reality, and artificial intelligence, construction management, IT program, the requirements are standard 55%. And in any 1-year program, especially business, human resource management, some of the program we need bare minimum 50% and 55. So the requirements are standard. There is no exception that we could make. That's a whole aspect behind when it's come to the eligibility. So the requirements are pretty much standard for all the nationality and for all students.
Perfect. Perfect. So, sorry to disappoint you, but you can definitely find other options if you are keen to go to Canada. So get in touch with my team. I'll just stick in the ad here. So, the next question is, how much can we make as part-time?
Part-time is usually like standard wage rate for all the international students. Like I said earlier, depending
Hmm.
on which city, what province, which area you're looking forward to work. There are
Hmm.
times where students have made really good money in part-time, like $16 to $17 also. But there are
Hmm.
times when students who are working in Greater Toronto area, because the rush is there, the massive population is there, the crowd, the sentiments are saying for part-time job, it's quite less. But even if you're getting a part-time job in any level, in any other opportunity, the standard wage rate says like $14 to $15.
Perfect. Uh, 2 years graduate certificate in project management course is eligible for PR.
Oh, 100%, 200%.
Great. So, Namrata, if you're looking forward for a 2-year graduate certificate program in project management, you are definitely eligible to apply for your PR. Perfect. Guys, we have got next 10 minutes. These are only and only Q&A. So whatever questions you have, please hurry up, write it in the comment section. Also, if you're enjoying and finding this session informative, then do not forget to hit the like button so that YouTube can push this to other students also. Uh, yeah, so keep on writing your questions in the comment section. And what else? Nisha, do we have any last minutes update we want to share with the students?
Listen, I'm just putting some reference and
Yeah.
over the chat because sometimes students keep asking about the eligibility, about PPP, about Algoma, about everything. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is the details which I shared on the chat box. This make
Mm-hmm.
more clarified to all the students, give more information, that we are not, because this is so funny, because I got to know that, like, from someone that Algoma is a public-private partnership, but
Yeah.
we are nothing to, like, that we can advertise ourselves because we are full-fledged Algoma Institute as a public, as our own campuses we are running. But how
Hmm.
there's such information lead and impacting the whole market, whole industry, like, changes every single student's mindset, and that gives a lot of buff to us that, hey, Algoma is coming like public-private partnership, right?
That's
So
why we have brought you here to clear all these air, and we can put this information out within the student that it is not, and they are safe to apply, and they will get the post-study work visa.
exactly. So I wanted to encourage, I mean, I've just put it on the chat box again. You can please share this to our audience,
I
Chuck.
have already the information which you have shared. I have put it in the description of this live so that anyone who is going to watch this live in the future also they can refer to those notes in the description.
Correct, correct. Because students need to know what they are getting, such kind of a misleading information.
Mm-hmm.
That's not truth. But Algoma, standing their own, like as a university,
Mm-hmm.
standard remarks they have, the good condition we have from the, like, the immigration also. Because Algoma success, the visa success rate, say 79.9% higher. That's the reason we have tons of students from last 3 years from different countries, of course, from India also. But that shows our integrity, show the positivity, and that plays a big role for international students. But I only say one thing to our audience, to our students. Please, I encourage, do your own research. Rather, you're getting a lot of such information about the institute, because not always what you're hearing from social media, from different platforms, it's not always correct, because we always make sure we have our standard laws and our standard protocols. And that's the reason we always play safe for international students. There is no hurdle, there is no challenges when it's come to the integrity, when it's come to the positioning of Algoma. We always make sure how we can support, how we can leverage, and how we can always benefit our international students. So these are the reference I have put it on the chat box. If you don't have any more questions, you can always reach out to me. But of course, Chakit is here to help you also.
Thank you so much. I've got another question. It says, how many classes students get in a week and how long the classes are?
So depending on what faculty, what programs are you looking forward to go, because every different faculty, every different programs, we have a different norms, different
Mm-hmm.
terms we have. So if I say standard, we have 15 hours per week. But good thing about Algoma, because we always make sure that students have a lot of time to get a lot of exposure. They can also work part-time and full-time. So we have our on-campus, we have our online, so we have a hybrid option. If you're unable to attend online on-campus classes, you have an opportunity to take the online classes also, which is not going to impact even if you're working part-time, which is 20 hours per week. So you can balance your study, you can balance your job also. So standard is 2 to 3 working days. Rest of the time, you can do your assignment, you can do other curriculum activities, you can make your friend, you can go for holidays, you can enjoy, you can do your assignment. So that's the reason Algoma has a lot of flexibility for international students.
Nice. I'm getting this question again and again. This name of the student is Saurabh, and he's asking if I applied through an agent in Algoma and now I want refund, then will I have to apply for refund through my agent or can I apply for refund directly myself?
Good question. So for refund, you need to make sure 2 things very clearly. In what circumstances we can give you refund fully,
Mhm.
except our admin charges. So number one, you have to have a refusal copy by IRCC. Second, you have let's say you're not proceeding an application with any circumstances, but you have a withdrawal letter by IRCC. In these 2 conditions, we can give you full refund except $300. That's our admin charges. But in any personal condition, or let's say you're saying that you have any personal of your reason, in that condition, we do not give refund. So in 2 condition, what we just discussed, you make sure you have any of these documents so that we can proceed further, but you have to proceed via your agent. The application, you have done it, so we'll make sure we can follow, we have all the records, but do not send any direct inquiries when it's come to refunding. You make sure you can contact your agent for entire process so that we can track all the records for us.
Perfect, perfect. And there's another question from Shrutika. She's asking, is there any difference if a student is studying in different campuses, or is it same for all campuses? And I'm hoping that she's asking around the number of classes and the duration of the class.
Yeah, that's a super
Similar.
amazing question because a lot of many students they not heard about our St. Mary campus, but I encourage all the audience do research about the St. Mary campus because you won't find difficulties in terms of housing that I can
Mhm.
bet you. Second, when it's come to part-time jobs, there is no challenges. Of course, it takes time to get job, but don't expect you will get everything because you need to make sure do a lot of research about the Susan Mary area, but you will definitely get jobs over there. Third, when it's come to the campus, like I said, that's our mother campus, that's our main campus, which we established in 1965. That's our oldest campus, but you will see a lot of facilities. You have a lot of activities around. You will see different students from different nationality. You will see the Canadian culture. You won't see only the Indian student because that's what student mindset they have. The only Indian students you have in the campus. Number four, you have a lot of activities around multicultural, like, diversity is there. We celebrate different kind of a festival over there. It's like a home to home connection. You can make your friends easily. Everything is easy and accessible, right? You can save a lot of money as a student. And another thing, our faculty, our advisory, our professors, they are very kind. They are amazing. They treat you as like a friend rather than coach you as like a professor only. But the whole faculty, the whole leadership team, they are amazing at Algoma. It's something that I would say that you have a door-to-door facilities as an international student, but the class size, it's not something that you're studying at the auditorium. The class size are always like 25, 30, 35 students in one group, so that it make more interactive, more engageable, more helpful, make more productive. And you can interact with different students with different nationality as well, so it's make more very healthy environment for international students. So small class size always helps students to give more attractive because the quality of education always and always important or every institute as what we are dealing with international students.
Amazing, amazing. So there's one student, he's continuously messaging and he's complimenting you that, ma'am, you look like Priyanka Chopra and your voice as well. So
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, appreciate it. That's
great.
a best compliment, I would say. But I would say I get this compliment many times, but I really appreciate it, whosoever it is. Thank you so much for saying this. I really, really enjoyed this one. Thank you so much.
Perfect, perfect. So when is this big news coming out that Algoma is launching their master's program? When are these courses going to get live so that student can apply for master's program?
Absolutely. That's something, last but not the least. We have
Yeah.
a few minutes, but that's going to be very exciting, to be honest with you. And thank you
Yeah.
so much for initiating this, Chakit.
Yeah.
So, guys, we are coming up with lots of master program. I'm so delightful, very excited to announce this today because I understand what immigration, they have been changing a lot of changes on the rules, the regulation, the whole aspect behind for international student. But like I said, we're not going to disappoint you because for us, international student, the success, the journey is super important. And that's the reason Algoma always make sure that how we can support our international students. So we are coming up with masters in computer science, masters
Great.
in biology, but you need to keep a lot of the lot of restructuring right now what we have been doing for international students who are eager to study at Algoma University, because these are not 2-year programs, these are only 1-year course duration. So make sure if you're able to meet those eligibility, your 100% opportunity to come and study at Algoma, whether you're looking forward to study at Brampton, which is in Toronto location, we have a campus. And then we have an option in MS in biology, only in Sault Ste. Marie campus. So we are announcing this super soon. We make sure you just keep an eye open, make sure you can keep checking on the website because we are still restructuring our requirement. But that's a whole new thing we have for you guys, which looks very exciting. Students who are looking forward to study at Algoma University.
Perfect, perfect. So when is the exact so will they be live for main take or for September?
Most likely, Chakit, it's going to be live for September 2024 intake. So we are just working on a couple of changes on domestic and international students, but we'll keep it posting in next month, hopefully. But that's going to
Perfect.
be live for our September 2024 intake.
Perfect, perfect. And I think we have covered pretty much everything. A lot of information we have shared with the audience, and they are also appreciating it in the comment section. So thank you very much, guys, for staying with us for the complete 1 hour. And I'm sure you guys must have other questions regarding your profile, eligibility, admission, courses, visa process. So you guys can reach out to us. There is a pin comment which is pinned in the comment section. Click that link. There is a link given in the description also, so that you guys can reach out to us so that we can help you out with your admission and other requirements. In the meanwhile, any last notes you want to put down for the audience, Nisha?
Of
Yeah.
course, absolutely. First of all, first and foremost, thank you so much, Chakit, for hosting and organizing this wonderful session. I think this is much required right now, the current situation, what's happening, and everyone is quite eager to listen. What's happening in Canada, what's happening in Institute. I think this is something that we need to initiate. And I'm so grateful and fortunate that I've attended this session. Thank you so much for entire audience for paying attention deliberately to listen us and like listen about the whole aspect, the changes, what rumors are happening. But one last but not the least, I would say, if you're coming to Canada, the doors are open. We still welcome you with the open arms. As an institute, we always make sure we will definitely support you no matter what country are you coming from, what region are you coming from. For us, every single student matters, and we need to treat you like that. You are not just away from your home, it's a home to home connection for you. We as an institute, we will support you for your entire journey. That's the reason we as a global team and myself here to encourage you, empower you, to motivate you. Do not get distracted yourself what's going on with the current situation. If you are still able to pursue your dream, we will still make your dream fulfill and make things, everything possible for you. It's just a matter, you have to do your research, you have to make everything possible. But if something distracts you, it's something that's troubling you, it's something that you're not able to get right information, you need to make sure you have to contact the right people so that they can give you the thorough information what's happening. Because I understand you as a student, you may be getting a lot of information left and right. Social media talks a lot, but Sometimes not every story, every informations are correct. You just need to make sure if you're qualified, you're well educated, you have a power, you have access to use a technology. And that technology is here. You can use a Google, you can check on CIC website, get more information. But if you're looking for something to still continue your study in Canada, I think Algoma can be a best option. We'll make sure we can support you in your entire journey. And that's the reason Chakit and myself is here to encourage you, to support you with the entire process. It's just a matter, you just do a little research. So it should not be a trouble for any upcoming and future students. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you so much for such amazing and encouraging and supportive words coming from you. Student will feel more confident, and they would be able to feel that somebody is there who is thinking from their perspective also. And that's exactly what we need in today's time, so that there is no misinformation, and information coming from you directly would definitely help them make better decision for their future.
Yep, yep.
So thank you so much, Nisha, for joining in for this session and helping. We have got almost 244 students who have watched this
Mm.
live today, and this has been one of our best sessions. And thank you for coming. And normally, I see your post on LinkedIn when you go to all these events and seminars. You get presented with a lot of bouquets and all. So unfortunately we cannot do it right now, but I'm really
But
thankful to
I
you
think
that yeah.
I got an amazing compliment. And like you just mentioned that you have seen the amazing audience. That's something I think more than anything else, because for us, people who are paying attention, who are listening to us,
Yeah.
that's something we're changing someone's life because everyone is getting negative right now.
Yeah.
We have to make things positive,
Yeah.
and we will still continue what is important for us. That's not something stopping us to distract our process, distract our, what we are dreaming to fulfilling our career and the growth in life. I think that's more than that. But thank you so much, Chakit, for inviting me. I'm so grateful and so amazing to see the amazing audience we have who have been initiating those questions. But I really appreciate every single student who have joined today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out because you have access to us. Because if you're coming to Canada, if you're coming to Algoma, I always make sure I'm helping you right from your journey, right from your single day. It's not something what we just discussed that's over the blue, but my support is 100%. Chakit is there, the whole team is there, and everyone is listening. That's super important right now. So keep doing it what is important for you this year to change your life, change your career, and show other people this is something not distracting you. You will still following what is most important for you right now. So thank you so much for inviting me. Have a wonderful week to everyone. Have a wonderful, great year to everyone. If you need any support, just make sure contact myself and Chakit. VAC Global team is here. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone. You have a lovely day. If you have enjoyed this session, then spread it among your friends. And if you want to do your application, you want help with your visa filing, then you can always reach out to us. So thank you and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye
Thanks,
bye.
Chakit. Bye. Take care.
Take care. Bye.